myself, Professor, currently heading the Department of Information Technology and Technology Innovation Cell of Department of Higher Education, Government of West Bengal. So I present the Banglar Uchchashiksha, the e-governance initiative of Department of Higher Education, Government of West Bengal. So Department of Higher Education, Government of West Bengal has made a very significant progress in the past 10 years. So we have increased the number of state-aided universities, the number of private universities, the government and government-aided colleges, the gross enrollment of the students, and the institutional density. To also mention that two of our universities of the state, that is the University of Calcutta and Jadavpur universities, have ranked very highly in the national ranking. University of Calcutta has recently been the #1 university of the country under the Shanghai University ranking. To support this large number of institutes and the number of students and the capacity what comes up, the department has planned a holistic e-governance portal, and that leads to the Banglar Uchchashiksha. This particular portal has actually emphasizes on 3 aspects. The first aspect is the collection of the data from the various institutes and higher education institutes so that we can build a repository. Now, these data will be utilized for analysis and for understanding the different capacities of the stakeholders at the various levels, to understand the scenarios of infrastructure and employ the staff, the number of branches in a particular student, a particular institute. We have also aptly done a very good reporting facility in our website. This reporting facility helps the department for the further planning for higher education institutes. This portal works upon 3 main pillars. The first pillar is the G2C services. These services are specially built up services for the students. To give a glimpse of this, these services helps the student to search the institutes across the various districts of the state. The student can give the option of its courses in the various districts. It can find the number of faculty members, the infrastructure of the colleges, and can choose the institute. We have also incorporated a GIS facility in this portal so the student can find the location of the institutes in the state. To see the impact of this, we show the data which has come in the previous academic year and the admission data. This has been the data which has been captured by the portal during the pandemic time. We hope to enhance this activity in the present academic year in a much better way. The G2G services which are offered from the department to the institutes. These services incorporates the capture of the data from the various institutes, the various details in terms of infrastructure, in terms of the faculty, the students, the faculty and the staff strength, the courses which are offered by the students, by the institutes. This also helps the institutes as well as the various stakeholders, the department, to generate the MIS reports so that we can visualize what is happening in each of the institutes. We have also incorporated to capture the financial data in terms of the grants which the institute receives and their utilization. The technical components in this particular portal are the state of the art. We have tried to involve the state of the art techniques for data storage, the software hardware architecture, the data integration, and scalability and replicability of the portal. So in terms of the stakeholders, we have various stakeholders at the different levels of this application. The root level starts the institutional level, where the institute fills the data of the various information of their courses, of their infrastructure. Then it gets validated by the nodal officer of the institute. Then it goes back to the directorate. The directorate is the caretaker of the entire data. It looks over or supervises the data capture, and the data is well sanitized by the verification procedure, which also happens at the directorate level. The directorate also generates the MIS reports to understand the advances, the progress of each of the institutes. This MIS report goes to the top level, which is the secretariat level. They uses this data, this visualization, which are given by this web application to take important decisions for the progress of the higher education institutes of the state. Like any other development scenario, we also face the challenges, and we also try to meet the challenges with efficient solutions. One of the challenges was how to connect with these institutes, which are in the various different districts in a large part of the state, and how to try to integrate the data which are now available in their own isolated fashion. So how to migrate the data in an integrated storage system, data repository, which is a very unified format. The data format was also a big challenge because the data existed in the various institutes in different ways. They have a different way of storing their data. So how to capture the data in a single unified data capture format and how to transfer it to the database was a challenge, but our team aptly, the requirement analysis team aptly to work with the technical team to mitigate this strategy. The ICT challenges was also there. With the ICT challenges for the user level, we had considered, or we had taken, department has taken a lot of trainings to train them up, to motivate the functionaries at the institutional level for the different forms of data, the data capture procedures, the data policies. So different meetings were organized in this pandemic scenario, okay, in the virtual form, and a lot of discussions, a lot of requirements were being captured, and that helped us to mitigate this challenge. With the data of the staff and the employee, which also existed in the various forms, because we are considering different types of institutes with the different forms of the staff data. But we have taken the challenge, and we have aptly built up the database for the staff and with the employees of the various colleges in a very unified format. The excellence of this portal lies in the utilization in terms of the stakeholders. Okay, the students, the institutes, and the higher education department in the various forms. And to motivate this or to progress this, we had developed real-time reports. So if we see a glimpse of the report, this report tells or gives a very beautiful picture of the quantitative as well as qualitative form of the data. We see in the institutes of the various districts, their faculty positions. We also see the vacancies which are there in the different institutes. We show them pictorially. So this form of MIS system helps the department and also the institutes to find the lacuna and to move ahead and to solve the problems which are there. So apart from the data visualization and data analytics, we also focused on the seamless integration of the various modules in a very symbiotic way. We tried to involve the stakeholders to get their best information and to incorporate in this particular web portal. We tried to take the data from the ground level and to percolate it to the top level, and also the data from the top level gets back to the ground level. So there is a synchronization and there is a planning based on the data which is generated by the portal. This, in a holistic way, contributes to the development of the higher education institute across the state. The scalability and replicability of the portal has also been well focused and supported in this development procedure of the portal. The service modules, which are in various forms to support the various needs of the stakeholders, were also being considered and were seamlessly integrated in a very scalable fashion. The incremental data, which is a real challenge in this type of government development projects, but also being well handled in regards to scalability. The dynamic nature of the stakeholders and the various responsibilities to cater the need was also being carried out. The replication in terms of using this particular portal for the other organizations, the generic structure of this particular portal can be well utilized, but it can be ported for other organizations too. The change management was kept a bit of focus so that the periodical change management can be well addressed by the system. This portal is a dream of the department, and we started this with a very humble fashion. We have a lot of things in the future scope, and we are making our best efforts to meet those. We are trying to incorporate the grievance portal to address the grievances of the various stakeholders of the system, and we'll integrate this with the system. Presently, the institutes here are the government and the government supported institutes. We will soon extend the service of the portal to the other private and the self-finance institutes. We know that mobile application is the need of the day, and it will be used for the various purposes by the different stakeholders to connect to this portal in a very seamless way. And we are trying to build this mobile app so the various stakeholders can immediately connect and can get the service from the portal. There are multiple portals under the department. We are trying to bring everything in the single umbrella, right? And that is one of the important focus, and we are trying to meet this in our future aspirations, where all the portals of the department will be coming under this particular umbrella. Presently, the data capture, as well as so it goes to the various levels and comes to the directorate, and there the data gets verified. So we are trying to make the decentralized, because in the future's perspective, the data will be pretty large when all the institutes participates and the student also gets increased. So we're trying to make a system so the data verification can be done at the institute level with a seamless synchronization with the directorate. So this is our portal, a Banglar Uchchashiksha portal, and we also show some of the newspaper reports which came up during the launch of the portal in the last year. We see that this portal has helped the students to get their choice institutes and to know about the institutes. This has been said in all these media coverings. And we hope that in the future days also, this will be helping the students, the institutes, and the higher education department in a great way. To end, I will take the quote of the famous philosopher Swami Vivekananda, which is education is a manifestation of the perfection already in man. Thank you all.
Yeah, I think this is a very good and useful application of the portal. Is very useful for the students, especially during the pandemic, because they can't really visit. But sitting at home, they can know what institution has what infrastructure or what offer. But you showed in your, this is operational for how long?
This has started from July. From July. 1st July 2020. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. No, because you showed somewhere that the intake capacity of the institutions is 7.5 lakh or 7.8 lakh something, and there is a gap of 2.5 lakhs. So that does it mean that those many seats are vacant?
No, madam. This is not like that. This is the data which we could have captured in the pandemic period.
Okay, fine. So you may not be having all the data.
Yeah, so this is the 70% data, and we are pretty sure that in this year, okay, we will be actually filling our target. Actually,
anyway, since you started in July, probably you will get the data. All right. Okay, I understand that. Then you also mentioned that data entry operators are there and then non-teaching staff are there to supervise. So who really checks that the data which is being entered by the data entry operators are correct? Like how to ensure that correctness of data?
Madam, this is actually a mechanism. This data entry operator are basically entering the data in the portal, and this is being checked by the HOI. That means the head of the institution is going to check this data. After being satisfied with the data that the data has been uploaded in the portal, he will send the data to the Department of Higher Education.
Okay. So you do have a maker checker concept
Yeah, ma'am.
to ensure the data is correct.
Yeah.
All right. But anyway, since it is only started now, the glitches you won't be knowing. That
Yes.
means you have to be constantly on lookout if there is any glitch. Like since there is 30% of data is missing, as you are saying, so maybe those people are having some problem. So do you have a mechanism for monitoring which are the institutions not able to send data and what are the problems they are facing? Grievance is one thing which you do have a module, but I'm asking about the problems, the technical glitches with the institution might be facing for entering data. Do you have some mechanism in place?
Actually, madam, we have already trained those persons before going for this data entry in the portal, and they have trained well in this particular fashion that they can enter the data without any problems. And if there is any glitches or any problems, then this technical problem has to be taken care of by the team which is basically monitoring this and which is basically maintaining this particular portal.
Yeah. So
No,
madam,
that is all right. But what is the mechanism? Like, do you have these sessions or do you, looking at the portal and the data, do you know that these are the institutions who are not able to fill up? Because you must be having some kind of an idea that this is the intake capacity, this is the admissions happened, but there is a gap. So, do you have some kind of a gap analysis process um, and proactively from your side asking those institutions that you are not getting we are not getting the data on the portal, so what is the problem, why you are not doing? So do you have a proactive mechanism for doing so?
Yeah.
so madam, to add to this, what we are doing, we are actually working on the each day log, the data submitted, and we from the directorate, okay, we are trying to get the gap which has been done, and we are also trying to get the technical support in terms of remote desktop. Okay, so we are trying to implement this so that the directorate can
Okay, thank you.
connect to this. Okay, yeah.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, you're audible.
My question is, have you integrated with the national network? So that students can
You are not
have the
I think there is
rest
some
of the
audio
knowledge.
problem. I think there is some audio problem. Is it only at my end or everybody is facing this audio problem?
No, there is an audio problem, madam. Yeah, then we cannot. We cannot listen clearly, Mr. Gupta. Can you please repeat your question?
Have you integrated it with the national knowledge network?
No, not yet. Not yet, sir. We are in a process of doing that integration. Presently, it is integrated with the data center, which is the state data center. So we have a state data center, okay, at the government of West Bengal, maintained by Wearable Technologies Limited, and we have connected the data, and the process has been started so that it can be integrated with the national knowledge network.
Secondly,
Sir, can you repeat your question once again?
my question is whether this data entry is post event or that all admissions are taking through this data report. After the admission are done, then someone enters the
Admission data are collected.
Okay, so sir, this is the data which are collected after the students gets admitted in the specific institute, and each day,
why not do it on, why not do it event based, that all admissions are done through this portal, so
Yes.
that
Yes, sir, actually,
no
yeah, so this is a very good suggestion, and we are strongly towards this direction. There is a heterogeneous type of system which are prevalent in admission in the various institutes. We are trying to mitigate those issues, and we feel that very soon we will also integrate the admission, direct admission to this portal, right? And this is in our plan already, sir.
Mostly administrative blockages.
So the administrative issues are there, that there are some verifications done at the institution level, and this data before they comes to the directorate level. So those type of data chain we need to build up to make the admission directly to this
Yes.
portal. But presently
you see, when you enter the data after the event has taken place, there are lots of gaps. So that's my only concern, that the entire data should be event-based. So even if when you are talking of expenditure or the institutions, all those data, or whenever the grant is there, or whenever any expenditure is there, it should be through the portal rather than doing it manually first and then enter data here.
Yes, sir. That's why we have actually this is we are in a process of administrative reform to take care of this and implement this. Presently, we are giving the responsibility to the nodal officer of the respective institute to take the charge of the data, what is being entered, from a particular institute, and then it gets verified. But I think your suggestion is the goal where we are looking at it.
Okay. Thank you.